So today we're going to start in Kernersville, North Carolina. This is located in the central part of the state and in Forsyth County. Kernersville has a population of close to 25,000 people, and it's located in what they call the Triad of North Carolina, which contains Winston-Salem, High Point, and Greensboro. So today we're going to visit a spot in downtown Kernersville where George Washington wrote in his diary in 1791 that he actually stopped for breakfast. It's a little place that was called Dobson's Tavern. It's going to be right here on the corner. And there is a historical marker right there. Hey guys, so I'm in downtown Kernersville right now, and I'm going to show you where George Washington actually had breakfast in 1791, down here on the corner. So let's go take a walk. So I'm going to head out here onto Main Street in downtown Kernersville, and George Washington started his southern tour back in April 1791, on April 9th actually. And this was a journey that George Washington had been contemplating since before his inauguration as President of the United States. And in May 1789 he decided to visit every state in the country in order to become better acquainted with their principal characters and internal circumstances. So he began traveling shortly after taking office, and he had already been to all of the northeastern states by the end of August 1790. But he delayed a trip to the southern states largely because one of them, being North Carolina, had yet to ratify the U.S. Constitution. So once that was accomplished on November 13th, 1790, he started making plans to journey to the south. And by April 16th, 1791, Washington had already passed through Virginia and reached Halifax, North Carolina. He wasn't very impressed with Halifax, and he had also visited some other towns, New Bern and Wilmington, and he had eventually ended up right here in Kernersville. And as you can see, this is the site of Dobson's Tavern. Here George Washington breakfasted on June 2nd, 1791. The following excerpt is from his diary. So, there you go. Pretty interesting to think that back in 1791, George Washington was having breakfast right here on this corner at Dobson's Inn or Dobson's Tavern, depending on where you're reading the information from. So this is the corner of Mountain Street and Main Street, and it's just a nice little downtown area. A lot of history here. This is Main Street Baptist Church. Love the architecture. So I would say right back in there is where Dobson's Tavern used to be. That's where George Washington would have had breakfast in 1791. I don't guess the actual tavern is still here, but this is right here in the general location. Pretty cool. So right now we're on Church Street, which is just a little side road off of Main Street. This church right here was actually constructed in 1915, so it's nowhere near the age of being built in 1791 when George Washington came through. It's hard to believe just how long ago that really was. Downtown's a pretty nice little area. Found this interesting tree here. I don't know what it is, but it's covered in ants. The bark is really interesting. There were a few of those trees, and they were all covered in ants like that. I was going to stop into this little store here, but it was already closed. Interesting color. Kernersville has a nickname of being called K-Vegas. All the locals call it K-Vegas. Been a long time since I've seen one of these. Not sure what you call that. I just call it a barbershop spiral. Here's Founders Park, which is actually right across the street from the historical marker of where Washington had breakfast. Nice little area to just sit and relax and watch the fish. And like I was saying, right across the street is where we started. And there you see, right across the street is where Dobson's Tavern was. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks, guys.